we're going to turn our square around backwards. And we're going to start in the corner. Alright, so we are on the wrong side of the square. And I'm gonna try to go over these ends. Chain 1, and then we're gonna put 2 half double crochets in here in this corner. And I'm just going over my ends. Chaining 2, and then 2 half double crochets in that same corner. Alright, and now I'm just going to put a half double crochet in every stitch across. So, there we go. I'm going into the stitches here. Putting a half double crochet. And this is the exact same border as when we did the shamrock. Alright, so we're at the corner and we're going to put 2 half double crochets in it, chain 2, and 2 half double crochets in that. Same one. And then going down the side here, putting 1 half double crochet in every stitch. That's what I love about Tunisian crochet, because it looks like there's stitches all the way around the square. Alright, and we're back at the corner again. So 2 half double crochets, chain 2, 2 half double crochets in that corner. And then we're at the bottom of the square now, and we are going to put, this is the reason why I always use the humps on the back of my chain, because we're back where the chain was. If you use the hump, then you can see that looks like a stitch. The rest of that chain looks like a stitch. So that's the reason why I do that. It's so much easier to put a border on when you have that. Come on, get in there. And back at the corner again. So 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and 2 half double crochets to turn the corner. Alright, now going back up the side. This is the last side. Alright. About here at the end. Alright, so we are going to slip stitch into the first one, chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. Alright, this is what it looks like so far. So from here, when you do half double crochets, you should have a back loop, a front loop, and a third loop, which is on the side, right down here on the side. So we're going to use this third loop, just like we did the last time, and we're going to slip stitch into those third loops. So we're just going to loosely slip stitch into the third loop. We don't want to make this too tight. If you think that this border should be a little bit tighter, go down to a J hook. So we are using a K hook here. So you could go down to a J hook. So we are skipping this chain 2 right here, and we're going to go into the next stitch on the side here, and that chain 2 will kind of stick out for when we come back around. But we're just going to do this slip stitch. This is a little bit different. I mean, it's kind of like the same border, only a little bit different, using half double crochets. Most of the time I use single crochets and slip stitch in the front loop, but I think this one, I think I like the half double crochets for this decorative part. And skipping that chain 2, going to the next stitch on the other side. It does, the chain 2s does stick out. So if you wanted to, you could put a safety pin or a stitch marker in there, but doing this, I don't see the need of it. When we're working with single crochets, we definitely, the chain 2 does hide from us. But I noticed in the half double crochets, the chain 2 doesn't hide from us as much, and I don't think it's needed. But if you think you need that, you can do that. Skipping the chain 2, going into the next stitch, and continue down the line. Alright, and we're skipping this chain 2, finding our next stitch here. There we go. And we are at the end. Alright, so that was our last. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look over here. This is where we had started, right here. Yeah, that's where we started. So we're going to go back to the back loops behind that. Those 2 back loops. and we're just going to do single crochets. Okay, so we're going to do single crochets in those two behind this, and our stitches, the top stitches. And we're doing single crochets in the top stitches now. And then when we get to the chain 2, you're going to put 2 or 3 single crochets in that chain 2. Then you're going to continue around putting single crochets in every stitch across, but we're putting 3 single crochets into that chain 2. So it will look like that. I'm going to have you guys finish up your square, and I'm going to finish my square offline, but this is the way it will look. Let me get that right. Do I need to bring that out more? There we go. So this is the way it will look, and there we go. There's our 4-leaf clover. So I will see you the next time, and we are going to continue next Monday with our crocheting our squares for our St. Patrick's Day sweater. So until next time, bye-bye now.